Welcome to Health and Life Sciences at the Edge, where we talk about modern challenges and future solutions. Brought to you by the Network and Edge Solutions Group. In this episode, we're going to explore the use of AI in cancer screenings, trending use cases, and the innovation enabled by Intel's Internet of Things group. I'm your host today, Tyler Kern, and I'm joined by Jonathan Yang, Director of Insight Marketing for the Cancer Screening Group Business Division at Lunit. And I'm also joined today by Ryan Kim, Business Development and Sales Lead at Intel. Jonathan and Ryan, thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are thrilled to have both of you guys here on the show today. So, Jonathan, I want to start off with you. What are some of the problems or issues that you're seeing in cancer screening?
Yeah, so first off, thanks for allowing me to speak on this topic. I think it's a really important topic for people to know about. So overall, for cancer screening, and particularly in medical imaging, there are some issues. First, I don't know if people know this, but there's about a 30% annual growth in medical imaging, which is really, really rapid, considering not only for the fact that this number is 30% in face value, but compared to the fact that there's only an annual increase of only 4% in radiologists, right? So there's evidence that radiologists have an extremely high workload and are basically pretty much overworked. So because of this issue, there's also evidence that there's about maybe up to 30% of cancers that can be missed on chest x-rays or mammograms for early detection. So this kind of means there's a false negative reading. Also in regards in specific to mammography, 95% is actually read false positive, meaning that only 5% of those recalled for retesting really actually needed to be retesting. So this is where AI can come in, and AI is not, again, here to replace radiologists, but AI is here to really support them, especially in terms of cancer screening.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think oftentimes people can be nervous about new technologies coming in and replacing the expertise that physicians provide, right? But you're talking about how AI can supplement the efforts of physicians. So what potential benefits could physicians and patients experience with assistance from AI?
Great question. I think there are a ton of potential benefits, obviously, for both patients, for physicians, as well as institutions. But before we really get into what the benefits might actually be, I'd love to get a chance just to kind of briefly explain what kind of Lunit does and what our products can do to actually go right into what the benefits, potential benefits would be, right? So for us, we focus specifically on lung cancer and breast cancer. And Lunit Insight is actually the name of our product lineup, which is intended to be a second reader. So for physicians, we can see that there's a reduction in overall reading time, right? It depends on, there's some studies that we have that are, there's a reduction of reading time for emergency departments or in certain situations or certain other departments. And with AI, there's also a no false positive increase, which means correct reading, allowing physicians to spend more time on hard and tough cases and kind of go through quickly through the normal cases. And it also enables basically an early detection of disease, right? So that's kind of, just in gist of what these benefits would be for physicians. Now, in terms of patients, obviously it's all about patient experience, right? You want to really increase this part. So for patients, there's really no more unnecessary recalls that they have to go through, a much faster turnaround time for them. They don't have to wait around. Thus, this kind of leads overall to what a patient experience could be. And finally, for institutions, thus overall, for all three of these groups that I mentioned, these could be the potential benefits for them.
So it's fantastic to talk about benefits and all of the different things that this provides, but people are going to want to know about implementation. So how seamlessly can AI be integrated into the workflow of hospitals?
Yeah, well, AI can actually be integrated seamlessly now. There's two different ways that AI can be integrated into a diagnostic workflow or diagnostic imaging workflow. So first is when an image is actually acquired. So this is where kind of Lunit has a partnership with modality companies. And second is actually when the image is actually being interpreted, right? So normally the image diagnosis process, it's kind of tight and it's kind of complicated due to the high burden for radiologists. But what we also do is have a partnership with PACS companies, right? So PACS is a platform that radiologists use to read images, medical images. And so that's why integration with PACS companies is actually very crucial. With these two types of partnerships where the image is being acquired and when the image is being interpreted, this allows AI to be kind of put into the hospital workflow very seamlessly, and it's already part of it. So there's no extra setup for doctors or anything like that, whether you utilize AI through a modality or through a PACS system. AI is there seamlessly into your workflow. You'll never know. It's not like you have to really set up anything else. So it's actually very seamless. A key benefit of AI-based medical imaging is the ability to really process medical images quickly and minimize the time from X-ray imaging to diagnosis. So, but due to the limitations of traditional hardware, there are some technological hurdles addressed to solution providers. So most CPUs don't have the processing power to complete imaging analysis quickly enough, which leads to kind of like a slowdown of the processing. So many existing AI imaging solutions employ a dedicated GPU to increase processing speeds and are designed to accelerate graphic renderings and process many pieces of data simultaneously, right? So while suited for machine learning and imaging applications, GPU-based solutions are expensive, making them kind of less viable for many healthcare organizations. So our partnership with Intel, utilizing the OpenVINO toolkit, is exceptional, right? I mean, it's a great toolkit for us to use.
Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, actually the tool, gives our partners and customers the opportunity of optimizing the AI workload inference. And usually the many medical space, there's a cost constraint, healthcare environment. So in order to meet those, market challenge, we deliver the solution and Lunit accepted. And the essence of the technology is that the inference workload can, run across, almost, any type of processors or accelerators so that it can enhance the performance of Lunit Insight CXR. Right. And previously it's based on multiple computing. It requires multiple computing requirements, but with the help of OpenVINO technology, they can run their solution on CPU only mode of operation. So it can reduce the cost of operation at the end of the day. So I do believe that collaboration between Intel and Lunit was great.
Yeah, I just really wanted to quickly add into the lower hardware cost of our CPU AI solution really represents a compelling return for organizations looking to adopt medical AI imaging solutions. And so it makes this also accessible to clinical sites struggling for limited resources. So due to our partnership with Intel, all this is definitely possible.
So Jonathan, how would you sum up the ways in which AI is revolutionizing cancer screening?
Yeah, so AI is already revolutionizing cancer screening. So I'm not too sure if the audience knows, but there's already about 191 AI products in radiology alone, and of which 28% of these products are in chest radiology, and about 9% of these products are in breast radiology. So this kind of shows that the use of AI by radiologists is continuing to increase, and hospitals are implementing AI into their workflow more frequently. I just really wanted to mention also that there's a recently published study in June of 2022 by the European Society of Radiology, and I think this is of note that we should take note of. They conducted a survey of about 690 radiologists on their practical experience with AI software, and from the respondents, 40% had experience with AI tools, including both commercial products as well as research AI software. And about almost 23% of these respondents experienced a reduction of their workload when using these AI algorithms for diagnostic assistance in daily clinical practice. But what was more kind of noticeable about this study is that 76% of the respondents who used AI-based algorithms in their clinical practice considered their diagnostic findings to be very reliable for the spectrum of scenarios for which they were used. And so AI is kind of already revolutionizing cancer screening, as I mentioned.
And Ryan, I'd like to follow up with you just to ask a question just about how Intel is partnering with companies within healthcare, similar to Lunit, to help create, a healthier population of people around the world.
Yeah, as Jonathan mentioned, Intel has been engaged with Lunit by providing a solution called Vino for AI inference optimization. But I'd like to also highlight that Intel has been delivering a new type of a CSR program called IRTI. This means the Intel Response Technology Initiative Program, which is a kind of CSR program. And Lunit got the program award from Intel, and this award is given to the partners, Intel partners, who are contributing to faster recovery of COVID-19 situation, right? And, we believe that this program will help, making the world a better place to live together, right? And Lunit's CSR solution could improve the performance by applying, the mentioned technologies, and where Intel and Lunit focused on to achieve the target performance so that it can benefit, hospital users and at the end of the day, the patients. So this type of new innovation and collaboration will help, hospitals and patients to increase the efficiency of, managing and delivering medical services across the organization, so that more and more patients will get the benefit from the innovation. So in this sense, the collaboration between Intel and Lunit was meaningful, and I'd like to intensify continuously and make them successful.
Excellent stuff, Ryan. So, Jonathan, where can people go to learn more information about the work that you're doing at Lunit and the differences that you're making in the world?
Yeah, so I would love to kind of tell everybody what our website is. So www.lunit.io. You can come to our website, find product overviews, see what we're actually doing out in the world, all our research, our clinical evidence, things like that. And you can even try the product, right? So see what this AI program or what our software does in terms of chest X-ray and for mammography. And you can find us also highly active on LinkedIn. We focus there. So we have lots of news, up-to-date things that you can find there as well. And for us here at Lunit, and especially what we do is we take part in a lot of congresses and conferences all over the world. So you can find us at a nearby conference. We're active very globally. So you can always stop by our booth and see us there.
Excellent stuff. And Ryan, where can people go to learn more about Intel and the solutions that you're providing and the partnerships that you have?
So the partnership results has been come down to solution brief. So Lunit technology will be found in the Intel website, and AI for medical imaging specifically, and partnership and support program is shown in the link www.intel.com/healthcare.
Well, Jonathan Yang and Ryan Kim, guys, thank you so much for joining us here on the podcast today and sharing a little bit more about how AI is making a difference in the world of cancer screening. It's been a pleasure having both of you on the podcast today.
Thanks for having us.
Great, thank you.
Absolutely. And I want to thank the audience as well for tuning in to Health and Life Sciences at the Edge, where we talk about modern challenges and future solutions. It's brought to you by the Intel Internet of Things Group. To hear the latest thought leadership from Intel, subscribe to Health and Life Sciences at the Edge to stay up to date with every new episode. Thanks for joining us.